Hello, and welcome to today's learning of the laws of Lashon Hara. Today we are going to talk about, in chapter or day 33, past misdeeds. So there's actually something common that sometimes happens that people enjoy doing, which is sometimes when you're discussing someone, it can become kind of an activity to start to analyze them. Shirley, well, she's very interesting. If you would have met her parents, you would kind of understand where she is, why she comes from, and you would understand the way she acts. And you guys start sitting around just, schmoozing about Shirley and her entire life and her family background. It's called this armchair analysis. And we start to analyze every member of their family and why they are that way. And this is common. A lot of times people will talk like this, I know that, Caroline is like that, but it's really because, her mother is very cheap, her family's all very cheap. You get into this whole analysis, and before you know it, you're talking about every member of Caroline's family and Caroline. So, Chafetz Chaim says that we are not allowed to talk about somebody's past misdeeds. Now, there's two forms of that. There's the obvious one that I just said, that's really Lashon Hara. Caroline's cheap because she was always very cheap. Her mother's cheap, her father's cheap. That is, of course, not allowed. And the second kind is a backhanded compliment. Oh, you know what? I'm so proud of Caroline because she's come really far from where she was. If you would have known her in the past, you would understand that she's a really good person today from where she was. Now, you're implying there clearly something negative about her, and there's just no need for it. It's not a compliment, and, it really just embarrasses somebody even if she's not there for no good reason. Now, there is a time and place when you can talk about somebody's family or their background, and we'll discuss it more in the future, but that's in the case of a shidduch, or if someone's looking to hire someone as an employer or as an employee, but only in very specific circumstances and only if it's going to affect the shidduch. So if there's significant health issues or significant mental issues that might really affect the marriage, then that's one thing. But to just say unnecessary Lashon Hara, oh, Claire, yeah, her father, he was never able to really hold down a job. Such a nice guy, so smart. But I remember when he was working years ago as an accountant in that firm and this firm. If Claire's father has now had a job for the past 5-10 years, and Claire's smart, and it has nothing to do with her, what her father's mazel was, that he struggled maybe to get jobs here and there, nothing personal, that just was his mazel. Certain things are just really not necessary. They're not going to affect if you hire Claire or if this guy goes out with Claire. Claire now has a very successful own life of her own. If she wants to tell the guy she's dating about her father's struggles when she was younger growing up, that's up to her. So it's really important to realize that, casually talking about somebody's past is not okay. And the Chafetz Chaim explains, just as Hashem judges each of us according to our present level, and He does not hold us accountable for our ancestors or our own past misdeeds, assuming we have repented, so too are we expected to evaluate our fellow Jew according to His present level. So again, right, you wouldn't want Hashem to still hold you accountable for maybe things that you weren't so good at when you were younger. Maybe you were immature in certain areas. And Hashem doesn't. If you've changed your ways, then Hashem doesn't. So too, if someone that we know has changed their ways and they're now a different person than they were 10 years ago, there's no reason to talk about their past. Even saying that they used to not be religious and now they are religious. Even if it's a well-known thing that everybody knows about, like everybody knows that, Sammy once was in prison when he was in high school. He was a little bit of a wild teenager, but now Sammy's a great guy. He's 40 years old. He's living an amazing life. This is when he was 16. There's no need to talk about what Sammy was when he was 16. Just like as we want people to forget our past misdeeds, there's no reason to talk about someone's past misdeeds unless, again, there's a constructive purpose. I hope everyone has a great day. I hope that us learning these laws will bring more love and unity into the world, which I know our world needs, and just good things. And we should care and love one another and try to really take care of one another. Have a great day.